Disclaimer: this content has a pedagogical character, not having the power to induce people to make investments in variable income, mainly in the day trade modality. These operations are characterized as high risk. The operating system presented here must be applied in simulators of the various digital trading platforms, with online access to the trading sessions of stock exchanges around the world, especially the mini índice on B3, Brazilian Stock Exchange. I take great pleasure in greeting and thanking everyone who views this video, and I take the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Oscar Claudino Filho, I am an electrical engineer and I am 74 years old. In this media, I present an unprecedented operating system resulting from extracts of analyses that I have gathered, after watching in the last 2.5 years hundreds of videos related to technical analysis of assets in trading sessions in some stock exchanges in the world, especially the B3 Brazilian Stock Exchange. The expressive majority of these videos showed analyses with probabilistic indicators. This setup, truly unprecedented, is based on the exclusive use of statistical indicators from the data displayed by candlesticks, applied to the active mini-index in negotiation on B3. From these data emerge their amplitudes, maximum and minimum quotations, openings, closings and financial volumes. Our operating system uses this information by plotting support and resistance lines, arithmetic and weighted averages, in addition to financial volumes. These indicators used in the setup are effective in identifying the trend of the asset in any timeframes, especially in the 90 minutes. It can be adapted for use on international stock exchanges and other assets concerning opening and closing times of trading sessions, auctions and price adjustments. The two-period arithmetic mean, volume and VWAP can be used on any stock exchanges, while the standard time frame depends on the duration of the trading session. It will be up to the trader to decide which trading sessions to draw the support and resistance lines on. A setup spoiler is initially displayed. Pre-operational planning: before the start of the trading session, it is up to the trader to choose scalping or medium-term operations, as well as to establish a point target that he wants to achieve. From the point of view, the first step consists in the search for macro signs that reveal the trend of the asset. The strategy adopted to achieve this objective is based on monitoring 2 candles in time frame equal to or less than 90 minutes time frame, DF. The choice of the 90 minutes, DF, as the standard was based on the fact that in the interval of 9 o'clock hour and 5:55 p.m. of the B3 trading session, the 90 minutes, DF, candles have longer trading intervals, further facilitating their associations. The standard 90 minutes, DF, has 06 candles and the 60 minutes, DF, has 09 candles. The first candlestick is formed by the resulting gap between the price of the asset at 5:55 p.m. and the one referring to the closing auction price. The second is the result of the gap between the quotations of the closing auction and the opening of the next day's trading session. In these candles, the lines of support and resistance must be drawn at the opening and closing values. When there are no gaps, the opening values are the same as the closing ones. In this step, the lines corresponding to the closing and opening auctions must be inserted, as well as the volume statistical indicator. Volume is essential for those who monitor breakouts, given that the number of false breakouts that occur in a trading session is significant. It will be up to the trader to decide the number or on which previous trading sessions these lines should be drawn. This step consists of plotting on the 90-minute time frame pattern the lines of support and resistance on the opening and closing values of candles. The minimum values of positive candles monitor the sale of the asset and the maximum values of negative candles monitor the purchase. The trader will decide on which trading sessions these lines should be drawn. The VWAP statistical indicator, volume weighted average price, must also be inserted. This indicator is extremely important for investors' decisions. When the asset price reaches the value of the VWAP in a trading session, there is a fierce dispute between buyers and sellers. There is an increase in trading volume, especially when stock markets open on B3 and the New York Stock Exchange. VWAP stands out for its linkage with turnover. Hence your preference. This step consists of plotting the support and resistance lines on the H4 timeframe, 4 hours, as well as inserting the arithmetic average of 02 periods. In H4 timeframe, DF, lines must be drawn only on the opening and closing values of candles from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The third candle does not have a duration of 4 hours, considering that the day trade mini-index session lasts for 9 hours. It is up to the trader to decide how many days of previous trading sessions to track. Simultaneously, the trader must insert the arithmetic average statistical indicator of 02 periods. This average is strategic in monitoring the closing quotes of 02 candles. Setting up an additional indicator to support and resistance. Virtual lines are generated resulting from the average of a positive and a negative candle in any time frames, being very important those originated by the standard 90-minute DF, resulting therein more alternatives for the safe selection of the entry point of an operation in the trading session. Operational planning. During the trading session, the price of the asset in the opening auction must be compared with the support and resistance lines of the 90 time frame, DF, including the maximum and minimum prices of candles. Hence the reason why this auction should be accompanied by the standard time frame. After the opening, it will be up to the trader to choose the TF that best adapts or feels most comfortable. I consider the 5 minutes DF to be operational basics. Shorter time frames require quick thinking and are operated by experienced traders. Every 5 minutes of trading, the trader is obliged to tour the upper TFs including the 90 minutes and drawing the support and resistance lines at the closing values of the 5 minutes. It will be up to the trader to decide how many candles to draw these lines on. Simultaneously, the VWAP, the arithmetic average of 2 periods and the previous candles must be monitored, including the maximum and minimum values. Before we get into the final considerations, I present some tips that I think are relevant. First, the trader must specialize in monitoring the purchase or sale of the mini-index asset on day trades, given its long-standing volatility during a trading session. Second, in the same time frame, the minimum values displayed by positive candles are very important for monitoring the sale of the asset, while the maximum values displayed by negative candles are equally important for buying. Third, use the probabilistic indicators, lines and Fibonacci projections only as additional filters for your decisions. Fourth, uptrend and downtrend lines should only be drawn on valid candlesticks, given that the expressive majority of traders do not know how to draw these lines. Fifth, support and resistance lines must be drawn at the opening and closing of candles. Final considerations. The operating system presented is backed by concrete data, using only statistical indicators, just a 0.2 period arithmetic average, 0.1 weighted average, VWAP, volume and support and resistance lines from the H4 and 90-minute time frames, as well as the virtual support and resistance lines of the 2-period arithmetic mean. This is enough for monitoring the asset price and clearly displaying trade entry triggers. It will be up to the trader to use a minimum of logical reasoning to obtain success in his operations. However, he must have basic theoretical concepts related to pure technical analysis and price action. I intend to briefly carry out daily lives following B3's trading sessions in the day trade mode of the mini index, through the simulators of the trading platforms. The next video will detail the secrets of trading floor openings. I thank you all for watching this video, which is why I request you to subscribe to the channel. Share this production, likes or dislikes, comments and click on the notifications button to be informed of new videos.